Okay, this is series 2, half 2. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, you see, Martin Kelly is taken to a maximum security prison, but there is no way Martin Kelly is getting released because he isn't ready for society yet. And Ron went to his desk and got Martin's file and grabbed Martin and took him to his tribunal. And first of all, the nurses told the tribunal of his outbursts at night and everyone being sick of him, making noise at night. And Ron said that he thinks maybe Martin needs to go to a maximum security prison. The night staff can't deal with too many of this at night. And the two psychiatrists said, okay, well, for the safety of the other patients, I think prison is the best option for him. And Martin said, I am too mentally ill for those people in there. Please leave me in here. And Ron said, no, I think you need to stay in prison for a while. And the psychiatrist said, we will give you a proper hearing in 2 months, but you will spend the time you have till then in the maximum security prison. And I think that it is better for the other patients as well as for the staff and yourself. And then Ron asked the rest of the people, how are their days? And Robert said that he is so fucking pissed off. You see, you look after the pedophile and you treat us like shit. And Ron said, for your information, that we are moving him to a maximum security prison to keep you all protected here in the HDU. And then Robert sat there watching TV, and Naomi came out to watch TV and said she wants the fuck out of here. And Robert said, nobody wants to stay here, but we all have our reasons for being here. And Naomi said, my boyfriend was bashed by another person in a nightclub, and I picked up a dinner knife and stabbed that man. But I did that because if you mess with my boyfriend, I will mess with you, dude. And Ron, who has had a tough day on the job, clocked off and went into the cafe to grab some food. And he said, and relaxed. And Fran said, how was your day? And Ron said, one kid is totally angry with the staff because he is too young for this place. And I released a person who gets violent. I just know I will see her again, but I have to keep it positive for her. And Martin Kelly was taken to a maximum security prison. Today he is so unhappy with me, but in hindsight, I think it's the best for him. And then there is this nightclub riot where this girl stabbed a man for fighting her boyfriend. Mind you, she has a lot to deal with. And then Fran said, what do you want? And suddenly the phone rings. And then when Fran answered it, and it was the maximum security prison saying that Martin Kelly was found hung in his cell and he is on his way to hospital, but it is touch and go. And Ron said he'll be there straight away. And when he got there, the nurses said, we tried our best, but Martin Kelly is dead. And now we have to find the next of kin. And Ron said, don't worry, I will do it. And went into his office and looked into Martin Kelly's chart for the next of kin. And in Ballarat, the closest, his mother, who was in a nursing home. Yeah, she needs to know, but decided to call his daughter. But that opened up a can of worms. You see, Martin Kelly raped his kids out of him. So maybe Mum in Ballarat is the best option. And Ron rang the nursing home and spoke to Ruth Kelly, and she was so out of it, he decided to look after the body himself. So he arranged to put him in the morgue and tried to call his brothers and sisters. And he made these calls at home after passing by the cafe to buy coffee and a cake and then buy Red Rooster. And it was hard to find anyone who liked Martin Kelly. And there was a party around the house and everyone was making a lot of noise. And Ron shut his window and eventually found his sister, Martin Kelly's sister, in London, and decided to ring her up and told her that her brother Martin was dead. She hung up and rang back in 5 minutes, saying that she'll be on the next planes to arrange to bring the body back to England. And Ron went to bed and felt good about being in contact with her sister. The next day will be tough. Everyone will say good riddance to an ugly mug, Martin Kelly. But that is part of Ron's job, to cope with the pressures of helping the poor people and the mentally ill. Well, okay, that was the end of the 3-part series, or the, different kind of arrangements. Okay, well, see you all, hopefully for episode 8. See ya.